Loose connective tissue. This is the most generalized tissue of the body. The fibers are loosely intervened among many cells and matrix is semi-solid. Now this is found in every part of the body and it acts as packing and anchoring material of the body. So the composition of the loose connective tissue, it contains fibroblast, macrophages, plasma cells, mast cells, adipocytes and a few white blood cells, as well as all the three types of fibers. So almost all types of cells and almost all types of fibers present in a connective tissue is present in the loose connective tissue with loose arrangement. Now, location of the loose connective tissue is under the skin as the subcutaneous tissue, between the muscles and supporting the blood vessels and the nerves, in the alimentary canal and in the glands supporting the secretory cells. So this is the loose connective tissue. You can see here, this is the histological section and the cells, they are widely apart from each other and these are the various fibers, the collagen, the elastic and as well as the reticular fibers. This is the diagrammatic picture of the loose connective tissue showing all types of cells, the fat cells, the macrophages, the mast cells, the fibroblast, and the ground substance and the connective tissue fibers, that is the collagen fibers, the elastic fibers and the reticular fibers. The adipose connective tissue or the adipose tissue, it consists of fat cells, adipocytes containing large fat globules in a matrix of areolar tissue. So there are two types of white and brown types of adipose tissue, the white and brown one. The white adipose tissue, it makes up about 20 to 25% of the body weight in a well-nourished adult. Now, the amount of adipose tissue in an individual is determined by the balance between the energy intake and expenditure. It is found supporting the kidneys, the eyes, between the muscle fibers, under the skin, where it acts as thermal insulator and store energy. The second type is the adipose connective tissue. Brown adipose connective tissue. It is present in newborn. It has more extensive capillary network than the white adipose tissue. When brown tissue is metabolized, it produces less energy and considerable more heat than the other fat, contributing to the maintenance of body temperature. In some adults, it is present in small amounts. So this is the adipocyte. You can see here the large size the fat droplet and the nucleus is pushed to one side, the appearance of signet ring appearance, and this is the adipose tissue, white adipose tissue containing various adipocytes. You can see these are the adipocytes with little areolar tissue in between and some of the fibroblasts. So this is the adipose tissue which acts as insulator and reserve for energy. So the reticular connective tissue or lymphoid tissue, this tissue is also known as the reticular tissue, has a semi-solid matrix with fine branching reticulin fibers. It contains reticular cells and white blood cells, that is monocytes and lymphocytes. Now lymphoid tissue is found in lymph nodes and all organs of the lymphatic system. So this is the this is the reticular tissue showing the reticular cells and the fibers, reticular fibers, and they form internal stroma of the soft organs such as spleen and lymph nodes. The dense connective tissue, this contains more fibers and fewer cells than the loose connective tissue. And the dense connective tissue is of two types, the dense regular connective tissue and dense irregular connective tissue. The dense regular connective tissue, In this type of connective tissue, the bundles of collagen fibers are arranged regularly in parallel patterns that give it strength. Now, this kind of tissue withstands pulling from ends but unravel when pulled from the side. They have got silvery white appearance. They are tough and pliable. Then this kind of tissue is present in the tendons and ligaments. So this is the example of dense regular connective tissue. You can see the fibers, they are running in parallel direction to each other. Dense irregular connective tissue. Now collagen fibers are packed closely together in an irregular random pattern, and this kind of connective tissue is present in parts of body where pulling forces are exerted in various directions. This type of connective tissue is usually found in form of sheaths. Now examples of this type of connective tissue is dermis of skin, heart valves, perichondrium and periosteum. So this is the example of dense irregular connective tissue. You can see the fibers running in different directions and the fibroblast, nuclei of the fibroblast lying in between the fibers. So elastic connective tissue contains branching elastic fibers and fibroblasts. It is yellowish in color. It is strong, can regain shape after stretching, and it is found in lungs and arteries. So this is the elastic connective tissue present in the arteries with abundant elastic fibers. Now the cartilage. It is a special type of connective tissue. It consists of dense network of collagen fibers and elastic fibers embedded in chondroitin sulfate. This chondroitin sulfate is a rubbery component of the ground substance. Now this type of connective tissue can withstand more stress than the dense and loose connective tissue. And the collagen fibers present in them make the tissue strong. Chondroitin sulfate in the ground substance make it resilient. So in cartilage, the cells are the chondrocytes. These are the mature cartilage cells which lie in holes in the matrix. These holes are named as lacunae. Perichondrium is a dense irregular connective tissue that surrounds the cartilage. Now there are three types of cartilages: hyaline cartilage, fibrocartilage and elastic cartilage. Cartilage is avascular and have no nerve supply, but the perichondrium does have a nerve supply. So hyaline cartilage is a smooth bluish white tissue. The chondrocytes are present in small groups within the cell nests, and the matrix is solid and smooth. Hyaline cartilages provides flexibility, support, and smooth surfaces for movements at joints. Now, this hyaline cartilage is the most abundant cartilage in the body. It is found at the ends of long bones to cushion the joints and at epiphyseal plates. These are the growth plates in the bones. Also, they form the costal cartilages joining the sternum with the ribs, and also they form the part of larynx, trachea and bronchi. Now this is the weakest cartilage of the three kinds of cartilages. So this is the hyaline cartilage. You can see the perichondrium, the outer layer, then the chondroblast and the chondrocytes, prominent cells in the lacunae, spaces in the matrix, and these are the isogenous cells in one nest that is derived from one chondroblast, and the clear smooth matrix. So these are known as hyaline cartilage. Now fibrocartilage, this consists of dense masses of white collagen fibers in a matrix similar to that of hyaline cartilage with the cells widely dispersed. It is tough, slightly flexible, supporting tissue which is found as pads between the bodies of the vertebra, that is the intervertebral disc, between the articulating surfaces of the bones of the knee joint called the semilunar cartilages or menisci, and on the rim of the bony sockets of hip joint and shoulder joint, deepening the cavities without restricting movement, and as ligaments joining the bones. So here you can see the fibrocartilage with very less cells and dense masses of white collagen fibers in it. So these are the chondrocytes, very less in number, and these are the bundles of collagen fibers. Now the elastic cartilage, this is a flexible tissue, consists of yellow elastic fibers lying in a solid matrix. The chondrocytes, they lie between the fibers. Now this kind of cartilage provides support and maintains shape of, for example, the pinna or the lobe of the ear and the epiglottis. So this is the slide of elastic cartilage. You can see the chondrocytes, the periosteum here, and the prominent elastic fibers, branching elastic fibers. This is the picture of elastic cartilage. The bone tissue or osseous tissue. This is a special kind of connective tissue. The bone cells are surrounded by a matrix of collagen fibers strengthened by inorganic salts, that is the calcium and phosphate. Now this provides bone with their characteristic strength and rigidity. Bone has also considerable capacity for growth in the first 2 decades of life and for regeneration throughout life. Now two types of bones can be identified by the naked eye: compact bone, solid or dense appearance, and spongy or cancellous bone means spongy or fine honeycomb appearance. So the compact bone, it consists of osteon, the basic unit of the compact bone. This consists of a canal with concentric lamellae of the bony tissue in which lies the osteocytes, the bone cells. Mature bone cells. Now the spongy bone, it consists of trabecula, column of bone with spaces filled with red bone marrow. So this is compact bone. This is the compact bone. The outer part of the bone is the compact bone, consists of the osteons, and osteon is a unit of bone, compact bone, which consists of Haversian canal and concentric lamellas of bony matrix in which lies the osteocytes.